It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking hockey, headed to San Jose where the Sharks are hosting the Ducks. It's Masters Week, which means we have a promo code for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. The code is golf. San Jose, big home favorites here, minus 170. Total is 5.5 goals. We've got Scott Rickenbach joining us, who is the #1 capper on picksandparlays.net for hockey all of last season, so he knows his hockey. Scott, what's your initial take on this Ducks Sharks matchup?
Well, the first thing I want to mention here is that this is a bit of a rivalry game. It's not the same as, say, Anaheim at LA because they're so close. But here's the thing. This year with the divisional realignment, the special season, you're seeing some teams like in the North Division where Edmonton on one side of the country is playing Montreal on the other side, and they're only used to seeing each other twice a year, so it's not that big of a rivalry. But for this year, of course, it is because they're playing a whole lot. In this case, though, the point I'm getting at, we have a traditional rivalry, which leads to usually some pretty tight checking and solid defense in games like this. And the key here, though, the Ducks have been struggling so bad this season. But what I'm getting at is they should give some decent effort here against a San Jose team that they don't like. They're used to seeing a lot. They're used to being in the same division. And again, of course, they're in the same division this year. And the key here, though, Anaheim struggling so bad, but they won't give up. They're going to put up a fight here. I'm pretty sure of that. And the key here, good defense. They have lost 10 of their last 13 games, but I don't see them scoring many goals and seeing that continuing to be a problem for them. They've averaged just 1.8 goals per game during this stretch. And then when facing San Jose, the problem is they've scored a total of just 5 goals in the last 4 meetings. And when you look at scoring in hockey, one of the most important things to get a lot of goals out of is seeing those power plays clicking, or if you're seeing a penalty kill struggling. Well, in this case, Anaheim, the last 5 games against San Jose, they've gone 0 for 11 on the power play. So when you're not getting those goals with the man advantage, generally you're talking about lower scoring games. And here we've got a San Jose team that's been pretty hot. They've won 4 straight games and 6 of their last 8. And they're not really doing it with offense. No, in fact, their last 13 games in regulation time, they've only scored more than 3 goals just twice. So they're not scoring a whole lot of goals. They're really getting it done on the other end of the ice. And in fact, in those 6 wins in their last 8 games, they've only allowed an average of 1.7 goals per game. So look for a pretty tight, low-scoring game here. Again, it's a rivalry game. I know it's late in the season. This is a case where if we had a normal regular season and say Anaheim was playing somebody on the East Coast where we had a regular schedule where it wasn't just divisional games, you might see a team like Anaheim throw in the towel in that game and not give much effort. But again, all the games this season are divisional, and this is a classic rivalry matchup. I look for some solid defense. Anaheim won't throw in the towel, and so I look for it to be a pretty tight, low-scoring game. San Jose should stay hot here with a low-scoring win.
Right, and the under's been pretty hot for Anaheim, under in 5 of their last 7, and also 4 of their last 5 games on the road, where they're 7-10-1 with 10 games to the under. That's going to do it for our hockey talk here on Picks and Parlays. Great stuff from Scott Rickenbach as always. Scott, thanks for joining us.